The Jamaican slider, also known as the Cat Island slider, is a species of freshwater turtle in the family Emydidae. It is found in the Bahamas and Jamaica. As it is not currently found on any of the other surrounding islands in the region, it is assumed that the Jamaican slider was introduced from one of these countries to the other, even though the popular theory was that these turtles originated from Jamaica. Current geological evidence may suggest that they were in the Bahamas long before the native Indians first went to the Bahama Islands. There is also evidence from archaeological sites on San Salvador that the native Indians ate these turtles and transplanted them around the West Indies. Description: Jamaican sliders are freshwater turtles of moderate size. Males average at 200 mm carapace length and females are larger at 270 mm cl. The adults are a dark brown to olive color with very faint markings. The juveniles are more clearly marked, and these markings apparently disappear within the first 3 years. Diet: typical omnivores, feeding on a variety of fruits, particularly pond apple and other vegetation, small fish, snails, frogs, aquatic invertebrates, carrion, and may even attack young birds if left defenseless. However, fecal samples have shown that aquatic algae formed the bulk of their diet. Habitat: these are freshwater turtles, inhabiting most fresh to brackish wetlands throughout the range. This includes swamps, streams and ponds, even ephemeral or temporary ponds. Distribution: the Jamaican slider is found in many different areas on the island of Jamaica and on a few islands in the Bahamas. In the Bahamas, about 60% of its population can be found on Cat Island, and smaller populations can also be found on the islands of Eleuthera, Andros Island, Exumas and New Providence. However, the population on New Providence and Exuma is a hybrid between the red-eared slider Trachemys scripta elegans and the Inagua slider T. Steghnegri malone from Great Inagua. Reproduction: breeding season in Jamaican stocks can run from February to September. The Bahamian stocks may have a more limited or reduced breeding season due to the limited availability of fresh water. Clutch size has been observed from both countries to be 3 to 8 eggs, and the turtles can lay 3 to 4 clutches per year. The last clutch is always smaller in size than the first. Uses: these turtles were consumed by the Amerindians that lived in these regions. It is known that they are also eaten in the Bahamas, though this practice is declining, and probably in Jamaica also. On islands such as Cat Island, these turtles have also been kept as pets, typically in wells, and are referred to affectionately on that island as Peter. Status and conservation: the Jamaican slider is listed as vulnerable in the 2007 IUCN Red List, but is not currently listed under CITES. The populations in both Jamaica and the Bahamas are largely affected by introduced predators to those islands. These include dogs, cats, raccoons, rats, pigs and mongooses. In the Bahamas, habitat loss is an ever-increasing threat to the Jamaican slider, and this includes Cat Island. On many islands in the Bahamas, fresh water is relatively scarce, and therefore the contamination of freshwater ponds with salt water, particularly after hurricanes, has a devastating effect. However, in the Bahamas, the biggest cause for concern is the continued importation of the red-eared slider Trachemys scripta elegans for the pet trade. They are very popular as pets in the Bahamas, but once the animal has outgrown its welcome, they are released into nearby ponds. The island of New Providence and nearby Paradise Island have very diluted stocks, and this is possibly true for some of the other islands also. It is known, however, that the red-eared slider Trachemys scripta elegans has not been released onto Cat Island to date.